Good morning, my dear student. Today I am going to start the first one, motion in straight line. It is a portion of mechanics. This one, first one portion is known as mechanics. So, first of all, we define mechanics. Mechanics is a branch of physics which deals with the study of motion of object or bodies. Object in motion. Object is in motion. In this we study about that one, so that we call it mechanics. This one mechanics is boldly classified in three parts. Number one, statics. Static means it is a Greek word. It means it is known as the object is at rest. Object is at rest. So the branch of physics in which we deals the study of object or body is at rest. Second one, kinematics. Kinematics is also a Greek word and it is derived from kinema. K-I-N-E-M-A. Kinema. Kinema is a Greek word and known as the object is in motion. So from the kinema we can derive kinematics. Kinematics, which deals with the object, it deals with the study of motion of body or object without taking into account the factor which causes motion. Or simply we can define the object is in motion but causes is not taken into account. Third one is the dynamics. Dynamics is a branch of physics in which we deals the study of motion or object, the study of motion of an object taking into account the factor which causes the motion, that is the dynamics. The actual meaning of dynamics is power. The object, the causes such as force is taken into account so that the object moves from one place to another or the motion will be takes place. That is the dynamics. Now all of you study in the 9th class rest, motion. This one the rest and motion both the relative. The rest means the object is said to be at rest if does not changes its position with respect to the surrounding. If the object does not change its position with respect to immediate surrounding, that is known as state of rest. For example, the whiteboard is at rest with respect to the classroom. With respect to the classroom means whiteboard is at rest. Second one, motion. Motion, object is said to be in the state of motion. Motion if its position changes with respect to surrounding. The position of an object changes with respect to surrounding or with respect to time, that is known as motion. For example, when we ride a bike, we are in the state of motion with respect to ground or observer also. We are in the state of motion with respect to ground or with respect to observer. Now, this one, the state of rest and motion, both are relative. At one time, object is at rest. At another time, at the same time, the object is in the state of motion. It can be understood when we go from Bokaro to Ranchi. Then, when we ride a bus, then and with respect to the four wall of the bus, we are in the state of rest. But at the same time, with respect to the outside observer, we are we are in the state of motion. So the state of rest and motion both are the relative. Now position, distance and displacement. We go through very in the simple way because all of you study that one. in the 9th class also, and your syllabus has been reduced. We have to only give a brief idea about the position, distance, displacement, speed, velocity, etc. So I give you the notes according to that one. Position is always defined with respect to some reference point. With respect to some reference point. And that reference point is known as origin, and it is denoted by O. Is it clear? Suppose let an object is moves along positive direction of x-axis. The starting point, and that one the reference point, and that one reference point is known as a fixed point, that is known as origin. Now the distance is the actual length of the path covered by the object, or actual path traversed by an object, that is called distance. SI unit of distance is meter, dimension of distance m0 L t0. Now I give you some idea about the displacement. It is the shortest distance, or in a 9th class all of you study the shortest distance between the initial and final position. Final point, initial and final, the shortest distance, the initial and final difference between the final and initial position is known as displacement. Suppose an object is moving along x-axis, therefore at any instant of time initial position is xi, final position is xf, therefore displacement d is equal to xf minus xi. Therefore SI unit of displacement is meter. Dimension formula of displacement is m0 L t0. In physics, all of you know that the quantity, about the quantity, physical quantity, is it not? Quantity, all measurable quantity are known as physical quantity, or the quantity which can be measured according to the law of physics, that is called physical quantity. There are two types of quantity. One is the scalar quantity, another one is the vector quantity. A scalar quantity, the physical quantity which have only magnitude but not direction. 9th class all of you study. So physical quantity having only magnitude, not direction. For example, length, mass, temperature, frequency, density, speed, work done, energy, power. These are the scalar quantity. Electric current is also a scalar quantity. All of you know that one, because electric current having the direction from positive to negative terminal, but it does not obey the vector law of algebra. We study in the vector also. So vector quantity. Another one is the vector quantity, the physical quantity which have both magnitude and direction. For example, displacement, velocity, force, momentum, impulse, torque, angular momentum. Is it? These are the vector quantity. Electric current is a scalar quantity, but the electric current density is a vector quantity. Is it or not? So that all of you understand that one, the scalar and vector quantity. The quantity, the physical quantity having both magnitude and direction, it is a vector. The scalar quantity having only magnitude, the physical quantity having only magnitude, that is known as scalar quantity. Now we discuss about the speed and velocity. These are the two important terms we have to understand, that is the average velocity and instantaneous velocity, and average speed and instantaneous speed. Because we use that one formula to derive the formula by calculus method. We use that one formula. Keep in your mind. First of all, velocity. All of you know that the velocity is the velocity is the, in ninth class, anyone ask you velocity, you all of you will start to say velocity is the rate of change of displacement, sir. But the velocity is the change in time with respect to change in, the velocity is defined as change in displacement per unit change in time. This one, the velocity are of four types. One is the uniform velocity. Uniform velocity. Uniform velocity, when an object covers equal displacement in equal interval of time, that is uniform velocity. Variable velocity or non-uniform velocity, all of you know that one. When unequal distance cover in equal interval of time, or when equal displacement in unequal interval of time, or when an object covers unequal displacement in unequal interval of time, that is the variable velocity. Third one is the average velocity. Average velocity is the total change in displacement, the ratio of total change in displacement to the total change in time. Total change in time. So average velocity, we can define that total change in displacement by total time taken. Average velocity mathematically x2 minus x1 by t2 minus t1. At any instant of time, object time t1, object is at x1, and at any instant of time t2, object is at x2. Therefore, change in displacement is equal to x2 minus x1, change in time is equal to t2 minus t1. It can be also equivalent to this change in time, x2 minus x1 is equivalent to delta x. t2 minus t1 equivalent to delta t. Therefore, average velocity can be expressed delta x by delta t. Is it clear? Now, instantaneous velocity, the velocity of an object at a particular instant of time, that is the instantaneous velocity, or we define it is the limit of average change in displacement as a time interval approaches to time interval approaches to 0, or time interval delta t becomes very, very small, so that average instantaneous velocity is equal to instantaneous velocity is equal to limit delta t tends to be 0, delta x by delta t. In the first one, differential theorem, you know that limit delta x tends to be 0, delta y by delta x is read as dy by dx. In the same way, limit delta t tends to be 0, delta x by delta t is known as dx by dt, so that the instantaneous velocity is equal to dx by dt. Is it clear? Now, it can be also divided the rate of change of position with respect to time at that instant. You can also say it is the rate of change of displacement with respect to time at that instant. That is the instantaneous velocity. SI unit of instantaneous velocity, average velocity, uniform velocity, and non-uniform velocity, all having the SI unit meter per second. Dimension formula for velocity m0 L t minus 1. Velocity, simply velocity, also having the unit, SI unit is meter per second. So all the velocity are measured in terms of meter per second. Now, third one is the second one. Second one point is the speed. Speed. All of you know that the speed is distance per unit time. It is the distance per unit time is known as speed. There are four type of speed. First one, the uniform speed. When an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time. That is the uniform speed. Non-uniform speed, when an object covers unequal distance in equal interval of time. Average speed. Average speed is the ratio of total distance by the total time taken. And instantaneous speed is the magnitude of velocity. Generally we can say, or the speed of an object at a particular instant of time, that is called instantaneous speed. SI unit of instantaneous speed is meter per second. All the speed are measured in terms of meter per second. Average speed, uniform speed, instantaneous speed, all having the dimension formula of m0 L t minus 1. Is it clear? All my dear, is it clear?